You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. Three dog. That is not Chef. That's Rollo Tomasi who does hello, children. It's a little bit more punchy. Chef is punchy. Hello, children. He's happy to see the children. Three dog is like, hello, children. And he was like, three dog. Ow, ow, ow. And nobody knows what I'm talking about. How do I have 2 comments already? What's going on? Yes. The usual suspects. Yes. Of course. All right. I'm going to be a weapons grade dick. And, because I'm me. But also this is a lesson you divorced dads have got to get through your head. And I know you're down and out and you're feeling bad, but we don't have time for lies. Okay. So I'm going to read through this and hopefully it'll benefit some other men out there. Because I've seen many men go through this and not come out ahead. We have to be very literal and Machiavellian about this. Hello, asshole. I'm a recently divorced man renting now, but ready to buy a house. Where should I buy one? Close to my kids and my ex in a liberal high tax area, or farther from my kids in a rural area, approximately 45 minutes away from the kids, where I would be happier in. I don't have much time with the kids right now, 4 days per month. Stop. Unless you lived in a different state, or you're like, I'm thinking of moving out of state, the commute don't matter. You get your 4 days per month. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how ludicrous it is. You get your kids 4 days per month. And I know they're your kids. I know it's genetics and emotion. All right, knock it the fuck off. We don't do that here at Asshole Consulting. We look at fucking facts. Okay? We put on our big boy pants. We man the fuck up and we look at truth. What the 4 days a month? So you got to wake up a little bit earlier 4 days a month to go pick them up to have the same amount of time with them. All right. It's a no-brainer to me. I haven't even gotten the rest of it. You buy the cheaper place in a not liberal leftist shithole. You save a ton of money on rent. And this is I understand you guys love your children. I get it, but I have to spend an extra. I'll pay $2,000 extra in rent to spend 5 extra seconds with my children. No. And I even had this conversation with Terrence Pop. I said, you don't understand because you don't have a kid, but that's your everything. And I don't get that. I understand it, but I don't get it, if you know what I'm saying, if you get it. But I look at what fathers have done for their children, and you guys just will fucking kill yourselves for them, which I understand you should, but you're missing the larger point. You're not going to do them any good as a father if you're so strung out, if you're fighting all these battles, your custody battles and the lawyer, and you just tax, and you're a shell of your former self. You need to be in a good mental, physical state to be an effective individual, let alone a dad. Why would you torture yourself, impoverish yourself even more? And we'll go through his finances here in a little bit, to have no material gain in time with your children. All you're doing is getting closer to them. You don't get to see them. Let's say my penis is over here and my girlfriend's vagina is over here. All right. Whether it's 1,000 miles away or 10 nanomillimeters away, it still ain't in there. We still ain't having sex. It's the same thing with your kids. Whether you're 10 feet away in a soundproof wall or 10,000 miles away or orbiting Jupiter, you're not going to see your kids. Well, I'll be closer to them. Now get the fuck off. We don't have time for that shit. Get the cheaper place. Save the money. You really want to help out your kids? Save the money. All right? Squirrel away some money for them on rent savings for maybe trade school or a STEM degree or something like that. Don't tell them they got it coming. I wouldn't frankly even pay for my kids' way through college, but that's up to you guys. But knock it off. Knock it off. We do not have time for emotions. Sorry. You're a man. You don't get that luxury in life. I feel the whole world bends around because they want to fuck you. Right? No one wants to fuck you. You get to live in reality. You will see your kids no less, no more, regardless of where you live, unless, again, of course, you're very far away. But a 45-minute commute It's not even a commute. It's 4 days per month. And I'm laughing at it because it's not to pick on you, sir, but it's ludicrous. The dad only gets 4 days per month. But what the fuck? Who cares? That's the way it is. You guys keep proposing to these women. I love her. She hates her daddy, don't know who he is, but I love her. What do you mean divorce papers? Guys, learn from this guy, all right? Learn from him. Don't make the mistake he did. Find the right girl. I know it's hard. Hey, there's a book out there that tells you how hard it is. But before you breed, can you guys just make sure you find a traditional woman who isn't going to divorce you and put you in this position? Let alone warp your thinking so much, well, I'm closer, even though I don't get a nanosecond more with my kids. But I would like more time with them. You get them for 4 days a month. I don't know how you get more time with them. Like, can you visit them at night? Drive the extra 45 minutes. It's worth it. Don't live in a leftist Marxist shit. Oh, you're impairing yourself for marginal, very slight marginal extra time with your children. And over the course of your life, you're going to spend less time with them doing it this way will get you closer than if you just bide your time, save your money, put yourself in a better financial position. Like, oh yeah, now 5 years from now, you invested, you did wisely, you saved your money. You can Uber them out to your place, right? You don't have to say you've been working on other stuff. And then I've always said this, but I don't say it commonly. You're not trying to win the hearts and minds of your children for the age of 13. You're trying to win the hearts and minds of them for the age of 30. So they love you long term. So they respect you. And I just for once, will you guys start respecting yourself? You probably ended up in this position because you didn't. Right? You get your 4 days. That's it. It doesn't matter. I mean, unless, of course, you didn't give me all the information like, oh, you can spend evenings with them. Still drive the 45 minutes. Because what else are you going to do? I mean, it's not like, time is on your side. You don't have a wife. You don't have your kids with you physically anymore. Sure, go ahead. Take them out for dinner if you want. I'll give you something to do. Right? But no, don't pay an extra $1,000 in rent so you can spend this fraction of a time extra with your children. Repair yourself, do what's in your best interests, which is in your children's best interest because they need a stable father, not just mentally stable, but financially stable. You'd be happier. You said you'd be happier in that neck of the woods. Good. You need to be happy, especially going through a divorce. Absolutely. You only get to spend 4 days with your kids while you miss them the other 26 days of the month. Absolutely. Whatever little thing or accommodation you can make for yourself to make your life easier and happier. Absolutely. I don't have time with my kids right now, 4 days per month, but I'd like more time with them. I'm considering positioning myself closer where the courts might be more inclined to give me more time with my kids. No. Fucking knock it off with this idealistic bullshit, you divorced dads. The family court is not your friend. I mean, a court usually generally isn't, but the family court is definitely not your friend. I've seen enough fucking men out there, because I'm of the age now, where they will fucking ruin their lives and find, get 2 seconds closer to my kids. Oh, what do you mean after $60,000 in lawyer fees, I don't get to spend an extra day with my kid? You're out $60,000. Play the long fucking game. Let the bitch have this one. Let her win this battle. Let them take Pearl Harbor. And you come back and be him at fucking Midway and fucking Guadalcanal and fucking Iwo Jima. And nuclear bomb their fucking asses so that when your kids are 30, like, hey, they love me more because they got my respect. And you'd be a good fucking dad. In the meantime, stop flaying yourself over something that ain't going to happen. I told you I'd be a weapons grade asshole on this one. Maybe, hopefully, maybe there's a theory, I speculate, studies suggest that the courts might be lenient if I sign a fucking year-long lease and an extra $1,000 a pop and you don't have the expendable income for it. But they'll be almost there. Also, there are more houses available in the rural areas and moving closer to the kids, meaning there is more competition for homes. I would likely have to wait longer to get a home and might have to rent longer. Lastly, I keep hearing that the cities will continue to decline. They will. So moving near them would be a bad decision. We appreciate some advice. Email, video. I want a video. Okay, your support. Okay, I want to know how much money you made, because if you made buku coin and like money really didn't matter to you, then I'd say your time is more valuable. So then, yes, go ahead, buy near in the liberal shithole near your children. If you know, whatever, it saves you time. You don't make that much money. And when you take out your child support and taxes, you got half of your income left. You do not make that much money. You cannot afford that area. Yeah, you go live in the nice rural area, find yourself a nice little younger piece of tail. You go have fun, live the Magnum PI lifestyle, whatever it is you want, and you commute to go visit your kids. And here's another thing. If your wife is living in a shithole, which I think I know the city of the shithole that you're in, and yes, it is indeed a shithole, you're going to be in a safer area. And maybe those kids, like I think at the age of 12, they get to decide which parent they want to live with. If you're in a nicer school district, you got some leverage. Or as the British say, leverage. With their programmies and their labour. And that's why we fought a Revolutionary War against them, because of grammar. Yeah, you do not have the money to be playing this game. Spend some extra money and time on gas. Because your kids the same amount of time. And, you know, make it go. You can play whatever game you want, but if you're in a nicer town or area or rural, have some activity. Here's a crazy idea, divorce dads. Maybe when your kids come home, the time you spend with them, you're not fucking working. And maybe instead of like, let's do some chores, maybe you have some activities planned that don't suck. Just a hint there, a little reminiscing about the 80s, right? Maybe like, oh, you got this precious time. They shouldn't be baling hay. Show them the neighborhoods. Hey, look at this. Maybe there's a basketball game with the kids or whatever. There's a park. There's not needles or human feces in the street. Hey, kids, you notice how there's no human feces or needles in the street? Where your mom lives, where she sucks dick to make rent? I don't know that. I wouldn't say that, though, by the way. Just pointing that out. So there you go. All right. And you high. Oh, we got the super chats. And the guys are back. Regular guys are back. Speaking of the regular guys, the goddamn bacon at thegoddamnbacon.com, 223. Finished Poor Richard's retirement. Good essay. Thank you. And you are correct. It is an essay. Thank you very much. Everyone tune in to Bacon over at thegoddamnbacon.com. Just don't tell your mother he's quarter black. Adriano Ramos, our Australian Greek agent in the field. Mauritian, technically, I guess. For $2 Australian. You were great in Miami, like Don Johnson. I didn't even dress like him. I was half tempted. I won't lie, Adriano. I was like, what if I got like a white sport coat and like a pink under t-shirt and wore some loafers without socks? And I was like, But yeah, no, it was a good time hanging out with those guys. I like Miami. Not for me, but for younger men and women, if you don't want a car, I would highly recommend Miami. Did you? Oh, and by the way, to all you guys there in the peanut gallery, when I'm like on with Roland, on Dirk, you fucking dicks. Myra's like, what the hell is it? Like, it's Dre, it's Digi, it's Juan, it's Mexi Mike. You know, they're the little retarded redheaded stepchildren nobody wanted. That's what it is. Speaking of retarded redheaded stepchildren no one wanted, did you know, Matt? Canadian redheaded stepchildren nobody wanted. Cappy asked 29, 30, 31. What place is marriage last? Yeah, that was telling, wasn't it? I'm sorry I missed Kevin Samuels on that one. I tuned in later. I was like, man. Now I know why Kevin Samuels was so popular. The man is probably the most well-spoken man I've heard in a long-ass time. Very polished. Some schmo from Reno, Nevada sends me a $2 super sticker, of which I can't see, so I'm left to wonder what it is. Juando for $2. Speaking of Han Yonkers, €2. Did you concur with Amanda 8.5 self-evaluation? You got to do the, personality and all that, but like physically, yeah. And do we want to do a Gaussian distribution or a linear distribution? Linear, she's like a 9, 10. Okay, because you got to consider all the fat Walmart chicks and women that live in Wyoming. Right, you got to consider all those gals. She is in terms of physique between, let's say, ages 18 to 35. Women we want to bang. We could generously say 42. Okay. She's definitely a 10 in the top linear 10% of the female population. Gaussian, probably an 8, which is more what traditionally people do. She's a very attractive woman. Nice cans, nice eyes. Would bang. Absolutely would bang. But you throw in the personality, and even I don't mind that rough personality. I don't mind the tomboy personality that she had. I find it somewhat charming and endearing. It's because like a little kid sister type of thing. But it's like like for marriage. No, I mean, here you have the tragedy. You got a 9 or a 10 on a linear scale when it comes to marriage. No, I mean, not even in there, not even factor. I mean, like we're talking a 0. So physically, yes, I would concur roughly. I'd say a little bit lower. She's not that hot physically on a Gaussian distribution. But if you threw in, and that was unfortunately, why they bring these girls on, because they are so untethered from the real world or what is required to be a spouse. Notice I don't say wife. I mean, to be selfless to somebody else, that the concept of altruism or selflessness or loving someone more than yourself is completely lost on those girls. And I very much got the adversarial feel, like your team boy and we're going to, it's like, yeah. Fred was even like, no way. I mean, yeah, so romp around in the hay. Yes, absolutely. A date? Maybe a date. Marriage? I would literally kill myself before I'd have to marry that gal. Just like not even think like, fuck that shit. Boom. I'm not trying to be edgy. If anything, I felt sorry for these girls because you saw it. Delusion on parade. Bisacco Man, €1.09 super sticker. Thank you very much. Braverly Bra, $3 super. What's with the super stickers? What are they? I can't see these guys. Don't all go anthem on me. Robert Fugolski, our Polish agent in the field, 1099er here. It's a long game. When kids grow up, have kids of their own, they will bring them to grandpa's house on the lake with acreage and forerunners. Then grandma's in section 8. Oh, bravo, Rob. Bravo. I'm going to screenshot this because that's what you young men got to learn with this long game. Let me screenshot that and post that. That is brilliant, Rob. And you're 100% right. And it's not even that you got your toys or that grandpa's place is more fun. What it really boils down, they will figure it out who was honest with them. They will. And I ran the theoretical thing like, okay, you guys never get to spend any time with your children anyway. You really don't. So why not hold that as leverage? Like, okay, I'll give you possession of the kids, but you give up alimony. Because you weren't going to spend that much time with them anyway. 4 days a month? And what you should do is just basically wait until they're 18. And when they're 18, you go to their graduation and say, you give them a letter saying, I'm sorry, but I did not have the money or time to be able to fight your mother for attention. Now that you're an adult, I would like to have a relationship with you where I'm not going to da-da-da-da-da. But you don't understand, they're your kids. I'm like, they're not your kids. They're not. The state just decreed by law that they're your kids maybe 4% of the time. Or 10. So why fight over that? Just fine. Okay, here. And I even came up with the idea of a website. Someone will go run with this because I obviously haven't acted on it, where it would be like, Dear Child. And you could leave like a blog or a diary for them, like enter like, hey, son, really miss you, where you just like, you hold on to possession of the kids, custody of the kids as a negotiating piece because you're not going to get it. And you say, all right, I'll let you have the kids. You can have child support, but you do not get alimony. You do not get half my assets. It's a bargaining tool because you weren't going to get it anyway. And then you just make a post, It's private. You give your kids the username and the password. They can log in and read all that. Say, here's this website. Here's this link. Here's everything. I hope maybe if you read through that, we can form a relationship. But there was no way I could have a relationship with you because of the law and because of your mother. But you nailed it, Rob. It's a long game. When kids grow up, have kids of their own, they will bring them to grandpa's house on the lake with an acreage and forerunners instead of grandma's in Section 8 apartment with cats. Absolutely. Absolutely. DJ Aftershock. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while. For $5. How do I get the girls? I'm 26. I sit at home. I'm a computer programmer. I'm afraid of girls. I don't work out. I don't shower. Help me out, Juan Cappy. Which girl should I ask out? I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that one to come through. Sir, Mr. Jason, $5 super sticker. At $5, you get to ask a question, Jason. And just so you know, Jason, and anyone, because I guess we got some new people over from Myron's show. I don't see the super stickers because I broadcast through StreamYard, so I don't see what the super stickers are. Which is the only reason Atham does that, is to agitate me. Mexi Mike, $2. The boys are back in town. Yes, we are. I got so much asshole consulting today. I didn't do one while I was out there. I'm like, we were podcasting. One, we were doing 2 shows. 2, we're doing shows with Rollo and Donovan. 3, if you didn't notice, Rollo and Donovan like to talk a lot. I hope I was kind of concrete and succinct and precise in my statements. I was just like, oh, God, I'm going to be here forever. But yeah, we can bang them out here at Asshole Consulting because we're fast. I have other things to do. Maxi Mike, $2. New Balance 1. Coin Guy, welcome home, my man. Thank you, Maxi Mike. Thank you. I did run. I put on about 12 miles of shoes running on the Atlantic coast there in Miami. It was very nice. Very nice. Got to see a lot of, I ran on this triangular island that's just right off the mainland from Miami. I forget the name of it, but you go over this bridge and you almost feel like white blood cells are going to come out and beat you up and kill you because you're part of this like you invaded this organism of pristine elite richness. And I'm like, they're going to kill me. I'm going to run real quick around. I felt too at ease. Like there was not a speck of dirt on that island. It was very, very rich. But it's good to be back in the old Northern Command. AI, 10 British pounds. Cappy, I'm a Bitcoin millionaire. 130 IQ. No wife, no kids, no girl. I maybe consider transferring some of those into hard assets now. Maybe. I'm just saying. Something to consider. No wife, no kids, no girl. Already $100,000 a year job. Live a minimalist lifestyle. What do I do next? I'm lost and sad, no purpose in life. I get this question commonly. And if you want to look through my YouTube channel, you'll find, if you search things like what's next or what now or successful or something like that, type in 100,000. Don't put that, just put 100,000. And hopefully maybe you find them. But that's the challenge, man. Normally what you would do is you would have a wife with children. You would have a family, and you wouldn't be asking me what to do because you wouldn't have time because you have to be dealing with your children. And hopefully you'd be a good father and you'd be investing in your children. And instead of watching podcasts, we'd be spending time with our sons and daughters, going to, father-daughter dances, teaching the kid how to fish. But that is not an option now for the vast majority of you because there's no reason, statistically speaking, to even bother with the pursuit. And so many of you are going to face the same situation as Al or AI, where you don't even have to make $100,000 a year. If you just support yourself and you make okay money and you spend less than you make, you'll be sitting on some assets. You'll be having a nice little portfolio, and you're going to have a surplus of time. You're like, what do I do? And guys, it's the pursuit of excellence. And what that excellence is, it's up to you. Do you want to be a great windsurfer? Go be a windsurfer. Do you want to get a doctorate in something for intellectual purposes? Please do. Do you have nephews and nieces? Go spend time with them. There is no purpose in life. The purpose in life was to have a family. Well, feminists fucking killed that one right quick. And then they've also additionally tied not the feminists, but society has tied people's hands, both men and women's, backs behind their hands behind their backs, where you can't effectively raise your children. You can't like, you can't have a father-daughter dance because it freaks out some freaks, like, 0.002% of the population. And not even that. It freaks out the people who are not even arguably non-binary. It's not even that. It's the psychopaths within that group that like perpetually offended, probably are straight as the day is long, and then they fake it so they get some kind of attention. But we can't have father-daughter dance because not everyone has their dad. So all the rest of you people, all you normal people, fuck off. Some minor fraction, it's not even a minor fraction of the population. Some Karen is upset. All of you stop it. So no, you can't be a. So you got to find that is the modern day challenge men face today, especially young men. You have to find a life outside of a wife and children, because it simply is not. It is simply not an option. Oh, it's an option. You could get married and you can have kids and end up like the client. My children 4 times a month. Or just like, nah, not gonna die. Not gonna die. That means not gonna do it. I'm lost and sad, no purpose in life. Go make some more money, go travel, go on dates. I'm not saying don't chase girls. There's always a chance, a 2.6% chance you find yourself one that doesn't have a major deal breaker, just minor ones. But just don't. What do I do next? If you find out, let us know. In the meantime, I think just working hard and being the best version of you is the best thing you can do. And get a lot of hobbies. Nonstop Dre, $2. They say Cappy just can't handle a strong woman. Let me explain something to you, Dre. I've dealt with the Amanda types before. They're my type. I'm like Neo. I could see the code. I'm like, just change this, flip that, and you'll be out. I'm not intimidated at all. It was kind of like, you're feisty. Okay. All right. Well, but I have actually dealt with the strong women that aren't attractive or tomboyish. They're just like in their fit. And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, no. I remember one gal, she was strong, independent, didn't need no man except her dad was a heart surgeon and bought her a house. And I was like the first guy to like, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Oh, really? Yeah. That no sex thing. Yeah, it's kind of important to guys. Just Busako Man for 10.99 superior race euros. Captain, we've been locked for almost 3 months while already being locked for a whole year here in Portugal. May I please ask for your classic Oprah impression, but saying we're saving lives? That's not the thing. If it just saves one life. Okay, that's the quote you're looking for, Busako. If it just saves one life, it's worth enslaving the remaining 7.9999 billion other lives. Okay? Because I'm a privileged woman in North America, and my feelings are more important than any practical, functional practicality of getting people out of poverty in Africa. I just want to feel good and make you do it so that you're all obeying, even though it might actually harm people in the long run in Africa, because it's more important I feel good now about myself. If it just saves one life, then it's not a great plan, is it? I don't know, save a couple 100 billion lives. John McKillian, this is a new guy, $2. F, marry, or K. Those 3 women go. Oh, F, marry, or K. Wait. Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, that's not their names. Fornicate, marry, or exterminate. I would F all of them. Yeah. No, because I can't kill anyone. Okay. I could kill a lot of people. They'd be predominantly guys. All right. But those 3, I'm not kidding. I felt very bad. I felt very sad for them. And the cliff is that way. Stop running. They just ran faster. So I was like, all right. So I feel bad. I would never marry None of them. But I would bang every one of them. Yes, absolutely. Is that even a question, John? Like, not to criticize you, but I guess we have the benefit that they're very attractive women. So I guess I get the like, well, yeah, who's going to choose to marry or kill them? Nobody wants to torture themselves. Plus, we're not murderers. I don't think most of us want to kill people unless you're on the highway. But yeah, bang them, absolutely. They weren't ugly women. And they weren't bad women either. I kind of enjoyed their company when they were allowed to talk. But they're just, they bought the funny farm. They're not living in reality. I don't know what I can say about that. Of course, our buddy Atham. I don't know what it is. Probably Mexican poops. How many Mexican poops can we have, Atham? DJ Aftalk, $2. We got to live close to wifey poo parents, Minnesota man. Exactly. Braverly Bra for $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. Mr. Jason for $2. You look good in Miami. And yes, they do talk a lot. Yes. See how we're getting through the super chats a lot? But that's me. That's my person. And I'm wrong. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed that. I'm wrong because they were getting like $100 super chats ago. I'm like, I can't criticize them. They're doing something right that I'm doing wrong. But Nonstop Dre, thanks for the $2, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm kidding. Save your money, guys. I mean, I'll take $100 super chat. But I was just like, holy shit. Like, what? Holy cow. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy's next book, 50 Shades of Rage, A White Tale. That's called Falling Down. That was, they already did a movie with Michael Douglas. Grandmaster C, $2. Where does your running background come from? My dad was a runner, and I hated running at first. I was a huge cyclist. I could bike 100 miles a day. I used to work at a bike assembly company. I'd assemble bikes. So I was a big cyclist, but then as more and more adult responsibilities came around, like I actually started making not a lot of money, but enough where it's like, oh, you have responsibilities. To get the same workout you do in a 50-mile bike ride, it's so much shorter and quicker to go run 10 miles instead. And yeah, biking, there's also some maintenance. It's not that expensive. It's time consuming. You got to make sure your chain is tight. You got to make sure it's oil. You got to align your gears. A brake cable went, a flat tire. You got to have a helmet. And then I just switched to running because it was so much more efficient. But my dad, he was always a runner, still is a runner. And a great quote. Why do you run? He says, so I can do it tomorrow. And he's in great shape, almost 75 years old. And he could still do 4 miles. Maybe not like he did back in 1982, but he can still do it, and I keep up with him. And it's good for your health. It's really good for your health. That running saved my life one time. And if ever I feel bad, it's like, okay, do you want to go on antidepressants or you just want to go for a run? And usually not usually, always it's better to go for a run than to get on drugs. Juando. $2 again, euros again. Sad day when 8s need to be thrown back into the water. But we're talking 2 separate markets, Juan. You know this. There's the fuck market and there's the commit market. The commit market, she has zero value. None. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to. Could you imagine having her in your house? Oh my God. Like, you could tell her, lady, shut up. And usually when you do that to a normal girl, she'll be like, sheep. Oh my God. What? Because it's so jarring. She's like, what did you say? It's like, oh gosh, just go. No, not even. But yeah, make a deposit inside one of her holes. Yes, not to sound so crass. Yeah, hell yeah. She was attractive. She was good. She was a physically attractive woman. And she wasn't even that bad personality. It's just, no. Oh God, no, I wouldn't know. I want a woman. I want a demure, supportive woman. The Latina gal, she was perhaps the more of the demure of the three of them. But oh no. Adriano Ramos, $2 Australian. Do you feel there's hope for these 3 girls in Miami? No. Come on, dude. They're in their 30s. The one was going to school at 29. for a completely worthless degree. And you guys have to understand how much I held my tongue. I'm like, not saying, well, that's a completely fucking waste of time. Hospitality management. Are you fucking joking me? I taught college classes when I was younger than you about that shit. And it's bullshit. No, there's no hope. Again, I'm not saying it to be edgy. I'm always right, guys. Come on. You see my track record? Okay, and what do you mean by hope? Is there hope that they, find a boyfriend and have sex sometime? Sure, it's going to happen. Happily married? Not a single chance at any one of them. Maybe the Latina chick. Maybe. But even she says, well, I'm kind of my own priority now. Well, I guess you're not falling in love because love is loving somebody more than yourself. Like, that's your life, your purpose, not necessarily all end all be all. But my God, the number one thing I want to do is spend time with the other person. And I was like, my career, I was like, okay, I got it. So I didn't argue with them because I kind of knew early on, I'm not going to convince them. They're 3 decades old. One was almost 4 decades old. What, you going to convince them? Is somebody else going to convince them otherwise? All I wanted to do with my line of inquiry was to, like, here's your actions, all right? Here's where you guys are. Conclusion, and that's maybe all one can hope for. We got lost. You lost a bet with Satan, and now you're here for $10. Thank you. With the what's his name? The frog. Did you know, man? $2. Like how Cappy tried throwing the girls at Fred. I was looking out for Fred too. Maybe you wanted to bang one of them, but I was like, okay, you want a good quality guy, and Fred's a good looking dude. Fred is a really good-looking dude, and I mean he's a 10 or 9.5. I mean 10s, I guess, were reserved for like Chippendale guys or movie people. Fred's about as good as these girls could ever hope to get. And Fred texted me like, no, not a single one. All right, we all caught up. Oh no, wait, we got channel 1800 dumb New Zealand $5. My narc took mine away 12-year-old, but the door is always open for him and free of my abuser now. Quite happy about that. Speaking truth, Aaron, what's WTG? What's WTG? WTG. Wind turbine generator? Way to go. Okay, way to go. Wind turbine, speaking truth. Yeah. No, I just see a lot of guys destroying their lives to not spend any more time with their children. So and you destroy your lives to spend this microcosmic level of time with your children because your wife peels out that 1 day a week or whatever. Fuck it. Walk away. You're not going to, and what? Your wife has got them 90% of the time. You think she ain't whispering evil? Your dad's a bad person. You're not going to overcome that. Just walk away. Say, hey, hit me up when you're 18, okay? When you turn 18. When you're 12, you can come live with me if you want, okay? And if you don't want to come live with me when you're 18, come talk to me whenever you're ready, and then you give them the link to your diary, essentially, to your children. God damn it, man. What's with all the super chats? I got asshole consulting to do, guys. The competent man. Hey, he's back. $5. Goalpost changing to next pandemic. Went from flattening the curve, then reduced deaths to reduced cases. Now talk of next pandemic. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to South Dakota. The competent man. $5 study out today. 88% of COVID deaths occurred in countries where half the population overweight. I know. Well, I know. We all know. I just I didn't worry. The only time I worried about COVID is when they said, oh shit, this is the real deal. And Dr. Perodin came in. David Perodin came. Oh man. So I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, God, oh man, if I get it, oh yeah, maybe I better prepare myself for death again. And then after a month, I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. Everyone dying is old or obese or frail. It's oh, well, you mean the flu? Oh, huh? Okay. So we all know it, but don't watch the news, man. Enjoy the decline. Nonstop Dre, $2. AI should donate to HBO to help a brother fund, aka me. You got it. You got your GI Bill. You're doing just fine there, Mr. Computer Science major. You'll be all right. I don't worry. I don't like lay awake at night. Like, oh gosh, I hope Dre's all right with his massive 10-inch black penis that girls you could totally get free lodging with your dick. Okay, don't give it. You're fine. You're fine. Competent man, 1 mask. Now some want 2 masks, maybe 3. Anyone, it has not happened. Guys, don't worry what's said on the internet. What happens in the real world? The worst it got is I had a Karen filming me at the gym because I wasn't wearing a mask. I just waved at the camera and then I went back to lifting weights. And you know what happened? Nothing. If someone's going to try and force you to put 2 masks on, say, make me. And then it ends because this is an internet world. It's the real world. And if someone ever dared try to put a mask on my face, I will go to jail because I will have tried to at least kill them. Try, because I don't know if they're bigger or stronger or what. I'm not putting a mask on if you force me to. Did you say Negro? Yeah, the United Negro College Fund, the word that's been perfectly acceptable except for like the last 5 minutes. I don't like that word. Make me not say it. Make me. And then it kind of ends right there because then there's all of a sudden like an actual attachment of risk involved. It's not just pointing fingers and being a bunch of Karens. Athamel Decua, $2. Al can pay my tuition. That'll make him less sad. Yes, I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. When I make my billions. Hey, look, you guys want to help out Atham? And you know what? I'll help out Dre too. How about this? If you guys share my books, right? Predominantly the Book of Number and Bachelor Pad Economics. Let's just focus our efforts on those. If you guys share my books on different social media platforms and things like that, that I get to like a New York Times bestseller list, I will have the money to go, here's your check, Atham. Here's your check, Dre. On top of the other one that my taxes went to finance, by the way. You know, I don't know. Go buy some more girls. Well, whatever you want to do with it. I'll do it. I don't know what I do with millions of dollars. I'm not going to build another house. I might get a nice Mustang. I think I might get a nice. I don't like the new ones, so I'll get an old one. Not the classic ones either. I kind of like the early 2010s models. If you can make me millionaires, what am I going to do with it? I'll probably give it back. I'd even pay for a Mexican to go to. Did you know 5 out of every 10 Mexicans who go to college don't have a shitload of money? Ding, ding, ding. But with your help, this douche over in Truckee, California can go to college. Yeah. The entire week, by the way, was just me, Rollo, Donovan, and Myron and Fresh just ripping on each other. I don't think one compliment was exchanged between us all. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy runs from supermodel redheads whining his D. When did that happen? I'm sorry. I would have remembered that. I don't think I've ever had redheads wanting my D. I don't think, well, every once in a while one did, but they weren't models. They weren't supermodels either. Wando, $2. Dated an Amanda. PTSD till this day was rough. She wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad. I'll show you a true psychopath. Robert Flores, $5. Some things wear out, though, through overuse. Do you have any worries on that score with the heavy running? Yeah, there was some concerns. My old man, he started swimming more. Dude's 75. I got another buddy who used to run, and now he swims as well because the knees were going. My dad's knees never went. So, knock on wood. But everyone I've known that have knee and ankle trouble, they're fat. I'll point it out. And I'll promote him as well because he's a friend, but he knows he can handle the truth. Small Scale Life. The man, formerly DT the man. He's fat. He has knee troubles. I wonder why. An uncle I got, overweight, knee replacement. Who else? Somebody else. But I'm in shape. I'm only 155 pounds naked, maybe even less. And I'm on a 5'9" frame. And so my knees aren't supporting that much weight. And that's the number one thing. Plus, I do regularly work out. I mean, remember like when you were a kid and like nothing would destroy you. You could jump off a roof of a building and be fine. You didn't land wrong, go off jumps, land on your back, get up. And you might be a little bit sore. All right, you're putting your body through a lot of punishment, but your body will build up a callus and a resistance to it. Working out is the adult version of that. And to really have a resistance, you should do like a full body thing like jujitsu or going sledding and hiking up the hill and like get every muscle in your body beaten up. And then you'll have resilience. But people are like, you sit there, you play video games, or you go work and sit in front of a computer for 8 hours a day, and then you don't run, and then you eat, you get fat. Oh, gee, I wonder why you got knee problems. Knock on wood, I've never had knee problems. On my right knee, occasionally they'll get in like early in the running season. If I go out and do my first like real run, like 6 miles, it'll start to talk to me. But then I push through it. And after I do like my third 6 mile run, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I don't even stretch. I don't. My old man's like, oh, stretch. I'm like, what are you doing? We got to stretch. They're like, what is that? From Magnum PI from the 70s? What do you? I never had a stretch. Let's go. Robert Flores. Oh, I'm sorry. I already read that one. Nonstop Dre 360. Ohio State University now teaches classes on OnlyFans. Yes, I saw. They were having an event about it. The irony that you're going to college when you could just sign up for OnlyFans, girls, but never mind. You go do what you got to do, Miss Little 18-year-old that knows everything. Go do it. I'm actively cheering on the demise of the country now because that's what society deserves. I'm just like, go, yes, go, please. No, ignore me. I just told you to major in accounting. I just told you major in medicine, but you go, Strip. You go, you go, girl. What possible insight would a financial genius economist who's middle-aged and paid off his house possibly have for you? I don't know anything. Post-war clarity, $5. Hospitality management. I believe she means to use hospital to patrons at the front desk after hours. I used to teach at a college that is closed now because it was a scam college. They were all fat, lazy women who didn't want to work, and they thought it'd be fun because they travel. Hospitality management means I get to work on a boat cruise. A little bit of legitimacy for her to major in hospitality management in Miami, but no, there's like 100,000 of her majoring in the same. 29. Can you say lazy? What was she doing for 11 years? So hospitality management is just, I'm too lazy to major in accounting, and I want it to be fun. And so we're not going to stop. Are we finally caught up? No. Oh, hang on. I'm getting lost. Do we have that many? Okay, there's the OnlyFans. Here we go. Zhao Lang, $5. Former, XXXC Demon. Okay, would you get booted off there, Zhao? Usually Latinas are these toxic types in my area. They also hate in-shape guys in my experience, and they're very power trippy. Latinas. I've not dated that many Latinas. I've dated only a handful because I went on the salsa scene. I don't have actually that negative of an opinion of them. I just remember them not showing up after a while. But the running joke is there's a meme of a portly fat gentleman, bald hair. He's in a suit, and it says, "Have you dated Latina? You may be entitled to compensation. Dial 1-800-lawyer something or other." So Mary Jo did not find that one funny. I thought you'd like this. She didn't find it funny. Well, but you've obviously lived in the community and date more. That has not been my experience, but my experience is very limited. Plus, the Latina was the nice one. The gal who was married before. Nonstop Dre, $2. Those girls would sperm jack Fred, aka Oopsie. Oh, yeah, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think they would. I trusted the Latina, disabled chick wouldn't. No, she'd abort it if she got pregnant. And then the 29-year-old was too obsessed about her career. I don't. Fred could show up and they'd be like, they wouldn't realize what he is. They wouldn't. A competent man, $2. Everyone get a copy of Dr. Seuss's books being banned. Of 6 Dr. Seuss books banned. So I have all my podcasts archived and my books all archived as well. You lost a bet with Satan and now you're here for $5, Mr. Bitcoin billionaire. I saw your 10. I raise you 5. My previous message was censored because of my casual language. I'm on an electrician's apprentice wage. Good. Well, good for you. Thanks for the $5. You're on that kind of small wage. Maxwell Classified, $2. What do you think of these idiots canceling Dr. Seuss? I don't watch the news, guys. I don't know what's going on. Like, what are libraries no longer carrying Dr. Seuss? Can I still go buy a Dr. Seuss book? Is Barnes and Noble and Amazon eliminating Dr. Seuss books? Marcelo MJ, $10. What do you think of the crypto mindset course? I'm thinking of getting it because I invested $40,000 in crypto. Do you think I did the right thing? I don't know. I've never taken the crypto mindset course. All right. Is it what Modern Life John's offering it? I'm all for you guys learning about crypto. Absolutely. All right. But you invested $40K in crypto. Well, when did you buy 10 years ago when Bitcoin was like, $30? You're doing pretty well. Did you buy it today? I don't know. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know if I would have invested $40K in one shot. I probably would have invested a little bit less. But I mean, do you have millions of dollars in cash laying around? Then $40K ain't that much. Did you cash out your 401K? That was pretty stupid. I mean, it might pay off in the end, but I need to know more context. I am for people investing in crypto. I think it's an absolutely necessary part of anyone's retirement plan. But, I can't tell you what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. Are we done? We're done. We're done. Oh, here, Mexi Mike, $2. White white. Oh, WASP. Okay, I was thinking WASP. WAP. Good for society. Dr. Seuss. Oh, wet ass pussy. Okay, wet ass pussy. Good for society. Dr. Seuss Muppets. No bueno. Cappy has taken the China pill as MLD advises. I don't even know what the China pill is. I think we're caught up with everything. No. Had a great show on Fresh and Fit, or Fit and Fresh. Let it know who KS? Who KS is? Who's KS? It's Fresh, and then there's Myron. That's not KS. Competent Man for $5. SJW pressured estate of Dr. Seuss to stop publishing 6 books as being racist. Some people fear they will go after more books. Modern day book brain. Yeah, look. I don't control the Dr. Seuss estate, but some pussies do apparently. This is why when someone says, "Why don't you have a mask on?" or "I don't like the words you used," you can say, "Make me." Okay. And they don't have to force it on your individual life. Now, pansies and pussies obviously are in the executorship of the estate of Dr. Seuss. Coca-Cola apparently is like, "Oh yeah, let's just slam on white people." Okay, see how that works. It'll work fine because frankly, white people are pussies. I just need my Diet Coke. But you individually, you don't have to go get a Dr. Seuss book. You don't have to date fat chicks. They're only going to go after weak people or public institutions because they don't want to, we're racist because green eggs and ham. I'm sure it's facetious as to what was truly, genuinely racist about it. But Kevin Samuels. KS is Kevin Samuels. All right, thank you. Glad you know who Kevin. Yeah, I only through Donovan and seeing him pop up on my screen. I have not had any time to listen to the man, but I was incredibly impressed with him after I left the thing and he came on later and I was kind of tuning in before I went to bed. I'm like, man, this guy, he's a kind of a younger, although not that much younger version of, Walter E. Williams too, but Thomas Sowell. Just maybe a less nerdy Thomas Sowell, a very incredibly polished Thomas Sowell. I was just like, wow, those, exactly, like a laser. He just right there. Mexi Mike, $2. Mr. Potato Head. Okay, cause gender fluidity. All right, there we go. All right, I got more. Some more. See you guys later. Toodles.